Revelation explained, the signs we re-seeing today. Some of the most mysterious words ever written are found at the very end of the Bible. They speak of wars, disasters, spiritual decline, and a world slowly drifting toward a final reckoning. These words come from the book of Revelation. For centuries, believers have wondered, are these prophecies symbolic, or are they literal warnings for the future? Today we explore Revelation and the signs many believe we are witnessing right now. Stay with me until the end, because the final sign may feel uncomfortably familiar. Revelation opens with visions given to Jesus Christ and recorded by John. These visions describe a world facing unprecedented turmoil, not just physical chaos, but spiritual confusion. Let's begin with the first major sign. Sign 1. Wars and rumors of wars. Revelation speaks of conflict spreading across nations, not isolated battles, global unrest. Throughout history, wars have always existed, but never before have conflicts been so interconnected. Today, a single event can ripple across continents in seconds. News travels instantly, fear spreads faster than ever, and many feel the world is constantly standing on the edge of something bigger. But Revelation suggests this is only the beginning, because the next sign is even more unsettling. Sign 2. Natural disasters, increasing earthquakes, famines, storms, plagues. Revelation describes the earth itself reacting, not gently, but violently. In modern times, we've seen record-breaking earthquakes, unprecedented wildfires, massive floods, and global pandemics that brought the entire world to a halt. Scientists explain these events through climate and geology, but Revelation frames them differently, as birth pains, early warnings of a coming transformation. And this leads us to a sign that many people overlook. Sign 3. A world losing its moral compass. Revelation doesn't just speak about disasters. It speaks about hearts growing cold, truth becoming relative, good being called evil, and evil being called good. Look around. Values are constantly shifting. Faith is mocked. Meaning feels harder to find. Many feel spiritually disconnected, even in a hyper-connected world. Revelation warns of a time when people would chase comfort instead of truth, pleasure instead of purpose. And this spiritual drift may be one of the most dangerous signs of all, because what comes next affects every human being. Sign 4. The rise of global control. Revelation describes a future system where buying and selling is monitored, where allegiance matters, where power becomes centralized. For centuries, this sounded impossible. Today, we live in a world of digital identities, cashless payments, global tracking systems, artificial intelligence. Again, none of this automatically fulfills prophecy, but for the first time in history, the infrastructure exists, and that alone makes many stop and think. But Revelation doesn't stop there. The next sign is deeply personal. Sign 5. Persecution of believers. Revelation speaks of followers of Christ being marginalized, silenced, pressured to conform. In many parts of the world today, Christians face imprisonment, violence, or social exclusion. In other places, faith is slowly pushed out of public life. Belief is labeled outdated. Spiritual conviction becomes controversial. Yet Revelation says those who endure will not be forgotten. Which brings us to a sign that feels especially relevant right now. Sign 6. A world united by fear. Revelation paints a picture of humanity searching desperately for security. People wanting peace, but finding only temporary solutions. Modern society is driven by anxiety, economic fear, health fear, environmental fear, political fear. And fear has a way of making people surrender freedom for comfort. Revelation warns that in such moments, deception becomes easier and discernment becomes rare. But there is one final sign, the most profound of all. Sign 7, a call to wake up. Revelation is not only about judgment, it is also about hope. It calls people to reflect, to repent, to return to God. It reminds us that history is not random, that suffering is not meaningless, and that light still exists even in the darkest chapters. The message is simple: stay awake, stay faithful, seek truth, because Revelation does not end in destruction. It ends in restoration, a new heaven, a new earth, and the promise that evil will not have the final word. So what do you believe? Are these signs mere coincidences, or gentle warnings written thousands of years ago? One thing is certain: Revelation invites us not to panic, but to prepare our hearts, to live with purpose, and to remember that faith was never meant to be passive. If this reflection resonated with you, consider subscribing, because next we'll uncover even more hidden biblical mysteries and ancient truths. And remember, the Bible is not just a book of the past. It may also be a mirror of the present.